Hey everyone, so this is I guess part 2 of day 87. It's the evening. I'll turn the camera. The sun is setting, but more importantly, those are mountains in the distance, and we are hiking towards them. So we are getting through the Great Basin, we meaning all the hikers that are in the Great Basin, are getting through the Great Basin and back towards the mountains. The first part of the mountains we get into are called the Winds, and there's a couple of alternates that we can take called the Knapsack Col, which is I think the second one, and the first one's the Cirque de Towers. And so I plan on being in South Pass City tomorrow. It's about 11 miles away. I'll resupply, and then I believe the Towers is in the next section before I get to Pinedale, which is my next resupply. I'll kind of show you, I'm up on a ridge, and you can see in the distance there's some buttes and some other features. So you can see pretty far in Wyoming. That's one reason why they call it the Great Basin. So today, I feel like I've said it a couple times, today's an interesting day. In the first video, I had a thunderstorm that was at 4:45, and then you heard the rain on the tent when I recorded. And right after I finished that recording, there was some more thunder and lightning. So I actually didn't get to start hiking until about 7:30. I kind of looked at the clouds and noticed that it was the same type of situation in Colorado where the high level clouds were broken apart and there was blue sky. The lower level clouds is where the rain and the storms were coming from. So essentially, what I decided was I had to hike out of that crappy weather into some nice weather. So I waited for a break in the thunder and lightning. The sun's gone down, so we'll see if the mosquitoes are up here. So I waited for the thunder and lightning to calm down, and then I hurried up and packed my stuff in some sprinkling rain and took off and started hiking. And for the most part, I did find some good weather today, some blue skies. I did get rained on a few times as the lower clouds kind of swirled around the wind. But for the most part, you're going to get some rain, the Colorado rain, where it was just nonstop. That was ridiculous. Yes, rain is good to prevent fires. Yes, rain helps the wildflowers. Rain helps the water sources. Rain helps a lot of stuff. And also breeds mosquitoes. But the fact that it rained like day after day after day after day after day, like that, that was absolutely nuts. Here in Wyoming, I've been rained on a few times, and I'm expected to get rained on during the hike. And so, like, my stuff's not wet. It hasn't been pouring rain for 6 hours during a hike. It hasn't rained, consecutive days in a row, which is what consecutive means. So essentially, I was able to, again, find some blue skies. I hiked about, I think it's going to be like 27 or 28 miles. I haven't done my mileage. I got to camp. I put up the tent. I did the water. I cooked the food. I just have to eat the food. And, excuse me. And so I need to calculate mileage and see where I am. But I think I'm about, there are mosquitoes. I think I'm about, great camera work. I think I'm about 11 miles out of South Pass City. I'm gonna have to end this pretty soon if the mosquitoes are coming out, because I don't want to do this dance. The water sources were spread out again today. Yesterday there were 4 water sources, right? Yeah, today there was 1 or 2 more. They were more reliable. So it wasn't like, hey, there's 3 creeks in a row that are all dry. Today's water sources were a water cache, and then 2 springs, and then there was a pond, and then there was another spring, and then I think a fourth spring or some water. Oh no, it was just some pond, like puddles on the ground where a creek used to run, like a seasonal creek was running. And then we had a river. So it was pretty good water wise. I think I stayed pretty hydrated today. I followed the same pattern yesterday where I stopped at the water sources that I was going to collect water, drank a liter, collected my water, and kept on going. So even though I got the late start at 7:30, I was able to hike 27 miles by 7, so a little bit less than 12 hours, and it was a good day. I may have messed up my resupply with South Pass City, Pinedale, and Brooks Lake Lodge, the next 3. So I'm interested to see what's in my box here for South Pass City. I have a feeling I may have packed too much food, so we'll see what happens, but I'll definitely keep you folks up to date. I think that's it. So I'll post both of these videos for the 87th day, part 1 and part 2. I'm gonna be dirty. South Pass City is just a souvenir shop that collects boxes, so I'm gonna be hiking straight through. So it'll be similar to having like 8 or 9 days when I was going through like Monarch Pass and Twin Lakes and that kind of stuff, where by the end of that video it was absolutely disgusting. So that's coming up. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope that everyone's safe, and I will talk to you folks tomorrow. Bye.